The majority of the Navajo people live in the Navajo Nation that covers an area approximately the size of West Virginia across Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. After the arrival of Spanish in the area, many Navajo began herding livestock, including sheep and goats. Sheep quickly became integral to Navajo society, providing food, and wool for the Navajo people to weave into blankets that were commonly traded. Oral history and storytelling plays a large role in the Navajo Nation's history and culture. After the Mexican-American War, the U.S. took control of the ancestral Navajo homeland. Around 9,000 Navajo people were forced from their ancestral lands to walk over 300 miles to Fort Sumner in what was to be called the Long Walk. Many Navajo died on this walk. Finally, a new treaty was signed, and the Navajo were returned to a portion of their ancestral land to a new reservation. Over time, that reservation grew to be what it is today. The Navajo continue much of their culture, including ranching, blanket making, and their language. This also means many Navajo choose to continue living in remote hogans. The nation has its own government, including law enforcement, transportation, health, education, and parks and recreation agencies. However, many problems exist for the Navajo people, including a lack of electricity, running water, and extreme poverty. All of these issues are exacerbated by the remote location and long travel times to many parts of the Navajo Nation. The original Colorado River Compact was signed in 1922 as an agreement for the use of the water in the river basin between 7 states and Mexico. Unfortunately, the Navajo Nation was left out of negotiations and received no water, even though most of the nation is in the Colorado River basin. Beginning as early as 1920, oil was found on Navajo land and was extracted. Following oil was coal and then uranium. Natural resource extraction requires water, and the already limited water in the arid Southwest was given to these ventures because they created jobs and helped stimulate the local economy. Unfortunately, the extraction of natural resources can also result in contamination. This is especially true for the Navajo people who live near Church Rock. In 1977, a tailings pond from a uranium mine in this area failed, and nearly 100 million gallons of radioactive water spilled into the Puerco River. An immediate response from the company responsible resulted in only about 1% of the spill being cleaned up. Further action was not taken until 1994. In the meantime, Navajo were still living and working in the area. Herds of cattle and sheep died, and all 3 of Church Rock's wells were closed due to contamination. With over 500 abandoned mines and some still active groundwater has been contaminated, and only deep wells are safe for human use. In 2023, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against the Navajo Nation involving water rights from the Colorado River by a 5-4 margin. The case presented by the Navajo Nation looks back at treaties signed in the 19th century and how the tribe was guaranteed a permanent home. Unfortunately, without access to clean, safe water, it is difficult to consider Navajo land a permanent home. However, the Supreme Court ruled that water issues are complex and that based on the language in the treaty, the U.S. has no obligation to build pipelines, pumps, wells, or other water infrastructure. The Navajo Nation will continue looking into legal ways to secure water rights from the lower Colorado River basin. Because wells in the nation need to be dug so deep to avoid contaminated water, there are few available sources of water, making it impractical for each home or area to have a local well. Many residents rely on water deliveries and utilize various containers from old juice jugs to 55-gallon drums. Dig Deep was founded by George McGraw to help provide water to sub-Saharan Africa, but now works on the Navajo Nation. Dig Deep provides other services besides just water deliveries. They are able to dig new wells and provide more long-term water storage solutions. Additionally, installation of cisterns utilizing pumps to run off of solar panels can ensure that homes have larger, safer water storage. The Navajo are proud people that hold their traditions and culture close, and they will continue to fight for the rights and funds to have access to clean and safe drinking water. This is an issue that raises alarms about the social injustice of water availability and water quality in the United States. Continued awareness about these issues will help the Navajo to have access to clean water in the future.